All right, this is going to be part 3 of my personal success notes. At this point, you've watched 1 and 2, so now we're going to talk about 3. Let's see what else we got here on my phone. Okay, for those of you that might be having problems with your family, not helping you out, okay, let me explain something to you. Unfortunately, there are some families in the world, and it's unfortunate, that do not want to see the prisoners escape the prison. It is true that psychologists have said in prisons, inmates do not want to see other inmates escape. They don't want to see them happy. They don't want to see them get over that fence. They want them stuck with them. It makes them feel more secure. So when you're all of a sudden trying to be Mr. Successful or Mrs. Successful, and your family maybe is not successful, it's going to intimidate them. They're going to get nervous. They don't want to see you succeed. Now, these are some families. Now, my family is not like that. Or you have one successful person in the family. He doesn't want anybody else to be successful, okay? Listen, your friends and family are a good start, but they're not going to make you rich. My mom and I own a day spa. I can tell you right now, most of my family, if they were here from Greece, they'd either want a free facial or they would want discount on everything, okay? They're not going to make us money. It's the people that you network with in life that are minded the same way you are. So don't take it personal. That's okay. I didn't even have a lot of family here. They're all in Greece. So if I can do it without my family, you can do it without your family. Now, I want to ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years financially? Where would you see yourself? Actually, let's go. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in 2 years financially, 2 years time freedom wise? If you're still going to be in the same spot, guys, it's not going to be getting any better, and the recession's not getting better. So you got to make this business work, okay? The income that I made between 2006 and 2011, before I joined Ignite, if you added it all up, it actually was a pretty big sum, added it all together in 5 years. But you know what? How much of that I had in the bank? About $1,000, guys. And you know how much I would have had 5 years later? Another $1,000. It's not going to change. If you're not happy with the income you're making right now, you need to do something different. You need to make this business work. And if you're not, if you look at your, let's say you're a manager at Wendy's. Look at the manager down the street, the other Wendy's, that has been working longer, 5 years longer than you. Are you happy with the money they're making? Because you're probably still going to say no. So, unless you're very wealthy and very happy and just don't need money anymore, you need Ignite. You definitely need Ignite, okay? Otherwise, it's going to be repetitive, 9 to 5 rat race, and if you make more money and you buy a nicer car, you're going to have more expenses. You make more money, you buy a nicer house, you're going to have more expenses. You're never going to get out of that rat race. The more money you make, the more money you spend, okay? And that's the way we're programmed. So we got to make this business work. Now, what is the difference between commitment and not commitment? Well, commitment, I mean, what is it? Yeah, commitment is winners and losers, meaning that's the difference between winning and losing. Commitment is the difference between winning and losing. As Presley always says, who you run with is who you are. And if you can't change the people around you, then you have to change the people around you. I realize this. The 5 people you hang out with the most in life, you're going to be an average of those 5 people. Physically, mentally, financially, spiritually, emotionally. And I tell you that's true because the people that I used to hang out with, I was an average of them. And the people I hang out with now, I hang out with a very successful business owner, a very successful sales coach, a very successful doctor, and some really educated college students, and who else would I say? A person who works with a very high position in the business. And these are the 5 people that I hang out with the most. We're all positive. We're all on the same goal. You know what? I'm making more money now. My mind is expanding because I am an average of those 5 people, and it's very important. And you have to change that if you're going to get any success. Now, I'm not saying get rid of your family or your friends, but spend a little less time with those people that are negative or the people that are not influencing you, and spend more time with the positive people. You'll catch yourself starting to change. It's amazing how that happens. Now, you need 3 things in Ignite to make it work. You need courage to step outside the box and take a chance, which is the first step, because it's not the normal 9 to 5. People might be skeptical, and you have to get through all that. You need commitment. Commitment is to change your life through network marketing. You tell yourself that the meetings are worth it. All the driving, the meetings, the sacrifices. This thing next to me here is a TV. You can't see it, but this is an electronic income reducer. Yes, an electronic income reducer. People stand in front of the TV, they watch it, and their income reduces because they're not being productive. And they're sitting there, husband and wife, there's nothing to watch. They keep flicking channels instead of trying to make money, guys. Okay, let's see here. There is no price on financial freedom. That's a given. When you can spend time with your kids anytime you want and you don't miss anything, There is no price on that. Perseverance is the third key. Refusing to give up this allows you to raise the bar and establish the necessary steps to reach the next new height. Like Zig Ziglar says, you go as far as you can see, and then you'll see further. I did not start this business and go, I want to be senior director. I said, okay, let me do my 3 and 10. And then I got to there and I said, okay, managing director. Wow. All right, now let me get my 3 new associates. Okay, I got that. Let me get my new 5 customers. I got that. And I just kept making series of goals, guys. Life is a series of goals. That's what life's about. It's a series of goals. This is no different. And lastly, let's see, we got another minute here. I'm going to see if I can get anything else in here. Anybody doing their own presentations? Here's some of the notes to do your own presentations. You talk about your start, how you got started at Ignite. The opportunity is showing you how we can capitalize on energy deregulation. So you want to start out with talking about how you got involved, how we're capitalizing on deregulation, how Ignite is not a startup company. It's one of the largest. It's the largest selling energy selling supplier in the world. We are the largest supplier in Texas and PA. We are not a reseller of energy. We're actually a supplier. We've been featured in the Inc. 500, Forbes magazine, the Wall Street Journal. Lots of success here. It's very rare to see a startup company be a billion-dollar company, and we are licensed to sell a commodity by the government. Okay. Let's see here. A lot of us spend all our free time with our family when we have that free time. So it's nice to be able to have that income where you can go to dinner without looking at the menu. And if you want to explain something what deregulation is, think about airlines. At one point in life, the airlines were not deregulated. To fly, you had to be rich to fly. Only rich people flew. Now anybody can fly. And that's because it's deregulated. The monopoly was broken apart. They allowed competition. Now this is what's happening in the energy sector, okay? And I can tell you right now, Texas and Georgia is still booming in this business. And let's see here. Don't need to be a superstar to do this business. Anybody can do it. Entry-level position to make money. You're not having to knock on doors to get customers. People are more likely to listen to people they know and trust. So basically, that's about all I have really here. And I think that's it, guys. These are just notes that I studied. And you got to do these kind of things. You know, last night I was driving from Jersey to Pennsylvania. You know what I did? I listened to 2006, 2007, and 2009 audios of the top money earners. I listened to Presley Swaggerty back when it was only Texas. It was so interesting to see the money he was making back then and his train of thought way before Georgia opened and how he was before he got to where he's at now. And I'm in the business 16 months later and I'm still learning things. And that inspired me to do these videos for you guys. Guys, you got to plug in. Please sacrifice an hour of your time. You know, football is always going to be there. Don't make these people rich. Make yourself rich. You have to sacrifice that time to have a great life. Life is flying by too quick. It's just in a blink of an eye. It's another year, another year, another year, another year. I'm telling you, put in 6 months to a year in this business. Sacrifice a little bit of time. You can't read a book tonight, but if you read 10 pages a night for the next 6 months, you're going to have read like 10 books. That's how Ignite is. You put an hour here and there. I love how people like quit Ignite and then they go on with life and they've met so many people and they've never mentioned it once. Mention it. If right now I asked you what color your kid's hair is or what color their eyes are or what they like to eat, you know, like this, boom, 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 boom. That's how Ignite should be. I give out a card every single day, guys. I'm not bothering people. I'm helping them change their lives. You know, it's a blessing to be involved in this business. It makes me sad to see that people that get involved and really do nothing with it. Energy deregulation is happening once in history. It's going to be the largest transfer of wealth. You're either going to be a part of it or you're going to miss it. And if you miss it, I'm promising you one day you will regret the fact that you didn't take action, okay? Think about this. Make a strong why. Either your kids, if it's not your kids, you know how your parents. You know, my mom got married at 14. She's been working since she was 16 years old. She's still working 12 hours a day. She owns her own business. That means that she owns her own job because if she doesn't show up, she's not going to make any money. But knowing that my mom has busted her butt all these years to provide for my brother and I'm out there grinding right now, doing these meetings, yes, for myself, but I love to be able to give my mom that financial freedom. I love for her to be 60 years old and not have to worry about ever working again, and knowing that she can have her rent paid and her car paid and a nice vacation once a year, and at the end of her life will be good. So do it. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for your parents. For the people that brought you into this world and that sacrificed to make things happen. If you're sitting there lazy right now, that's not good. It's not good. Make a change, guys, okay? For those of you that are on my Ignite team that I see you on a weekly basis, you're out there making this work, Keep going, guys. You guys are amazing, and we're making a lot of money, and we're going to be making a lot more money very shortly. It's going to explode. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon.